Here are the 5 smartest animals on the planet in order. In 5th place, we have the octopus, which is an invertebrate with incredibly highly functioning nervous systems and neurons in their arms. They can open many jars, they can solve puzzles, and they can escape basically most enclosures because they can squish their body down to the size of their brain. They're also known for playful behavior. They play with objects and various things around them, and this shows signs of very, very high intelligence in an animal. It basically means they've reached a level of evolution where they can literally play, where they can literally have fun, they can enjoy certain things, and not always prioritize surviving. 4 is a surprising one, but it is crows. Now, crows can actually solve multi-step puzzles like a human, and their brain is often compared to a human 7-year-old brain. That is how smart a crow is when fully developed. They can use and make tools. They even grab nuts, go to really high heights, drop them onto tarmac roads, and then they break open for them to eat. They are some of the most incredible birds you will ever see, and by far the smartest bird. The most incredible fact about these crows is that they can identify human faces and identify enemy faces. What does that mean? Basically, crows can decide which people they like and dislike, and which people they'll get much closer to, and which people they will avoid or be aggressive towards. They can plan, they can think, and they are effective, and they're one of the most incredible animals on the planet, and they are everywhere, and we don't even realize this. 3, you know they had to be on this list. It's elephants. They have some of the best memory in the world. Their brain is 3 times larger than a human being, and considering they're so much heavier in mass, you would expect it to be slightly larger. But it's 3 times larger than a human's brain, even though it's wired slightly differently. They can swat flies, they can dig water holes. They're extremely incredible when it comes to defense against big predators, whether this is in Africa or within Asia or various parts of the planet. Elephants are some of the most beautiful animals in the world, and obviously the largest land animal. They remember migration routes for decades, so they teach their kids this, their kids learn this over many years, and they basically have their entire map that they have traveled all in their head, and they can remember it and constantly migrate in that same pattern. 2 is dolphins. Now, dolphins are special for so many reasons, but the main reason being they have echolocation. Now, echolocation is basically like a built-in sonar into their bodies. It's incredible. They can basically send shock waves that reflect back to them and tell them how far away fish are. They are that evolved that they are so smart that they can play with basically anything. They play with each other. They even do certain bad things to each other because their brains are so complex. And unfortunately, when animal brains reach a certain level of complexity, bad things also happen, which I can't specify. One of the most incredible things about dolphins is they are one of the only animals in the world that can actually self-recognize. People have put mirrors in front of dolphins and they've been able to recognize themselves through their own movements being reflected in the mirror. Most animals have absolutely no idea that they're being reflected, and they think it's another animal that they're in at presence with. They can literally learn artificial languages, complex structures, and basically learn any type of behavior humans want to teach them. Obviously, keeping dolphins in some of these places like SeaWorld is absolutely vile. Their brains are far too complex to be in these places, but they can learn essentially everything. And the number 1 on this list, you knew they had to be number 1. It's the chimpanzees. Now, contrary to popular belief, we did not evolve from chimpanzees. Chimpanzees are a subspecies, so we share 98% of our DNA with chimpanzees. We don't come from chimpanzees. They are basically very similar and come from a similar ancestor. I highly advise anybody out there to go and watch a documentary on chimpanzees. Their social and political structure is unbelievable. The way that they organize themselves, the way that they know their roles within the groups is absolutely unbelievable. And usually what happens is you have an alpha that runs the group for an average of 7 years, whilst the younger males are learning the attitudes and the leadership of the alpha to then overtake that alpha and become the leader. And then once they become the leader, they can decide what happens to the old alpha and the rest of the group. It can be extremely political, it can be extremely controversial, but in reality, nature is never controversial because it's all natural. Animals are fascinating, and those are 5 of the most fascinating animals with the most incredible and complex brains. Let me know what kind of list you want me to do next on animals.